Welcome back to Sincerely Yours, Lisa. Um, for those who have subscribed, I want to say thank you. I cannot yet see, damn it, who the subscribers are, but as soon as I'm able to, I will give y'all personal shout outs, but I can't see them right now because I don't have enough subscribers or not enough views just of yet with YouTube. So this is an impromptu video, and this is going to be a story time, and I want to give it to you raw because this just happened. If any of y'all want to know what this is, this are the Olay Destiny, you got diarrhea? Oh Lord. The Olay cloths. They're in the pink wrapper. It's the Olay facial cloths, and you just put water on it, and the soap, the ingredient, the moisturizer kind of foams up, and you just kind of wash your face. So let me set the tone. Let me set the tone for y'all. I've been using that I have like some dark spots right here, but they're clearing up, and I have some right here. And actually, I need to call and make an appointment to get a TCA pill, because at my ripe age of 52, I've never had one, and I think it will do some good, because I do notice that I have some skin damage. Look at that damn dog over there, Destiny. You see that pug? Anyway, let me set the stage. Okay. So, I know every woman that had this situation, have been in this situation, whatever the case may be. I will, tell the story about this person in another video because it's long. But just know that I don't believe in messing with any men that I know that are married, that are separated. I don't do it from their wife and have not had a divorce. I don't care how many years it's been. I don't do it because I feel like there's something that just may not be done, and in the end you may be the one hurt. So we're gonna start off. I'm gonna say that and leave that there. And like I said, I'll tell it in a different story time. So I have a friend, and that's exactly what this person is. I haven't seen this man as a love interest in over 10 years. I've known this man, or close to 10 years. I've known this man since I was 26, 27. I think that's when I became an LPN, around 26, 27. So roughly around 24 years I've known this man. 24 years. We became, we're just friends. That's it. He calls when he needs, to air, just want to vent, and I listen and give my advice, even though he doesn't use it. He is from Fayetteville, I think that's in North Carolina, and he just don't listen. No matter, if I'm telling it, he asks me advice, and I'm telling it from a female perspective. So, he goes back home like twice a year to care for his mother, and he recently, within the last maybe 6 months or so, he bought a house. So the house stays You know, when he's gone, it's unlived in, it's inhabited. You know, it's not inhabited. It's just he doesn't live there. He just keeps it empty and pays, you know, whatever bills, the mortgage, so forth. So when I came back to Texas, and honey, let me stop and say this. I have to say this. If I'm different, it's because I'm back in my Texas bag. I love me some Texas. I have visited other states and they're just not for me. And maybe I haven't visited the right states, but I can tell you Texas is where it's at. It's big in Texas. Everything is bigger. And when I crossed over those Texas lines and I got out and got gas, this is how you know that you in Texas. This is how you know you're in Texas. You know you're in Texas when a man passed by and they love, we call them thick. They love your thickness. We got thick. That's what they love, some thick women. And when I got out to get some gas, the young man said, like your outfit, and did a little, yeah. And I was like, thank you. And then, you know, you got listen, Hispanics love some black women. I don't know about anywhere else, but I know in Texas, they love some black women. And don't you have hips, thighs, and ass. They gonna come to you. I've had them come up to me and they'll speak not a lick of the English, trying to holler like, no sir, we're not gonna be using Google interpreter or any interpreter to have this conversation. But even then, the Hispanic saw me and they, you know, had to do a little yelp, a little scream, and I knew I was back home. That made me feel good, you know, that I was back home. That made me know that I made the right decision to leave Pennsylvania and come back home. I'm done with Pennsylvania. I didn't enjoy it at all, but that's another story. So let me go back into the story. I digress. I just wanted to show y'all and let y'all know how happy I am that I am back home in the great state of Texas. So he asked me to, you know, check it when he leaves, which is like in November. He told me, he said, I'm gonna give you the key, and if you can just come and check on my house, or if you want to break from Austin, just want to come stay here or whatever, I'm gonna give you a key, this, that, and the third. I was like, cool, I can do that. I mean, we just friends, not a big deal. I probably just would have went down there and just checked, make sure everything was good. I wouldn't have stayed down there because no, I'm not sleeping on the air mattress. So anyway, long periods of time. So anyway, I go down there, you know, he was like, on your way back, you want to stop through, we can just like chop it up. I'm like, cool. So I got back there on, last Wednesday. I pulled up last Wednesday or last Thursday. Either or. Pulled up last Wednesday, last Thursday. You know, I had to recuperate from that ride. That ride is took me about 19 hours or so. So I, you know, stood there, you know, was there, and I recuperated. You know, we laughing, we joking. You know, I'm in the midst of finding me a job. Well, I'm finishing up with one agency because my plan is to be bi-coastal and just, you know, put my mind to the next, you know, year of just working to stack my paper to do what I wanted, what I plan on doing. And I'll share that with y'all later. So anyway, we there, we chilling. It was a couple of days I would get up, like he sleeps till like 12, 1. It's a couple of days I get up. When he gets up, he's just looking like like mean in the face, and I'm just like, I kind of asked him like, "What's up? Like, what's wrong with you, or whatever?" And he, would not say nothing. So I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'm maybe he not a morning person. I don't know." So he then like eventually tells me that when he gets up in the morning, he's in like a funk, or whenever he initially gets up, he's in a funk. And I'm gonna try this. At Popeyes, they got a cheesecake, a limited edition cheesecake caramel. Let me see what this tastes like. I smell the caramel, but we'll see. Let me see. We don't have no crust in here. It's just a, but is there crust in here? Very little crust. So that's kind of what it looked like. You can see the little brown part. That's the little crust you get. Let me see. Very pudding like. It's okay. It's not like, oh, I need to go get another one. It's sweet. You couldn't really taste the bottom of it. I don't know, but y'all might like it. I think it was like $1.69. So there you go. So he tells me that sometimes he wake up in the morning, he's just be in a funk, and it just take him a minute to get out of it. I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. So don't speak to you until I'm spoken to. Okay, cool. His routine is he gets up and go smoke his weed or his cigarette, and I can't stand. I don't like. I would not date a man that dates cigarettes, and I'm to the point like if you smoke weed, I don't even want that around me, because I'm not trying to have secondary weed and get drug tested at work, and I don't even smoke the stuff. So no. So that's his routine, and he plays those little games on his phone. Typical crap. I'm not gonna say typical, because I'm what I am, and I think he's 8, so he's like 60. This what y'all? He's retired from military. This is what your life has been like. This is all you do. You get up, you stay up, you get up, you watch YouTube, smoke. Like, this is horrible for a person that's retired. Like, I'm sure it will get old. So in the midst of that, he was telling me about a dog that someone had gotten. He was I guess someone had called him, and the dog was being mistreated. I guess the dog was being they had the dog in a garage all day in a hot sun, never let the dog out to play. He just drank water. And that kind of, listen, people that have, I'm a dog lover. People that have problems or do stuff to animals, I believe y'all should be stoned. If you don't like them, that's cool. But if you just purposely do some evil stuff to animals, I think you need to be stoned, like they say in the Bible. That's my opinion. Now that one tastes pretty good, because I got more of the shell, the crust, and that was pretty good. Okay, let me stop. So he gets the dog, and I understand the dog is 6 months, and he's pretty big at 6 months. Whatever they told him the dog was, that's not the breed of the dog. I'm trying to figure it out. I called my brother, and my brother is, among other things, he's a big dog enthusiast, and he was able to tell us that the dog was a Sheltie. It was a mixed lab and a Labrador and something else. But when I went and did my research on it, the dogs are like, they're high energy. They're very playful. They they can be trained, but keep in mind that this person had this dog for 6 months. At 6 months, the dog was pretty still big, and he just needed to be trained. So, I kind of had a problem, like, the way people train dogs, I don't think you have to necessarily go to that extreme. And his extreme was, I felt, he would take the back of the rod that you open your curtains with, and so if the dog didn't do what he wanted him to do, that's what he would strike the dog with. I had a problem with that, but that's another conversation for another day. So a couple of days went by, and he was supposed to come to Austin to help me take some stuff out of my storage. I was going to give my son like my living room and like a TV, and he was supposed to help me do that. So he told me he couldn't do it on Sunday. He said, can we do it on Monday? Well, then, no, he told me on Saturday, let's do it on Monday. I'm like, okay, cool. But then here comes Sunday, and then he says, oh, I can't do it. I have to go to the VA. I missed my VA appointment last week, and I can't miss it this week. And on Tuesday, I can't do it because, today is Tuesday, I'm going to Dallas to see my grandson's birthday. I was like, okay, cool. To me, I'm looking at him, I'm side-eyed, and I'm like, okay. Monday come. He's sleeping. It's 12. It's 1. And I finally kind of like woke him, and I was like, oh, I thought you had to go to the VA. And he was like, oh, I do. I'm finna get up and I'm finna go to the VA. Okay. So he gets up, he leaves. I know he didn't go to the VA. He came back too quick. I still don't say nothing. The thing about me, I observe what you tell me. I may not say nothing initially, but I'm gonna observe what you tell me. So then, once I see you lying, I cannot take a man lying. I don't know. I would rather, not saying I would rather, well, saying I take cheating harder. I take lying harder than cheating. I don't know if it's because I expect for men to cheat. No, that's a lie. I don't expect, and if you are a cheater, I won't even deal with you. I'm just an upfront person. Just tell me what it is. So, okay, he came up, whatever. Then he comes back home, and then, he's still, he's sitting outside. And then I just walked up to him, and I was just like, I thought you said you had to, I thought you said you have to go to the VA. And then he didn't say nothing. I was like, I'm just asking, like, why do you feel you have to lie? So then he says, I just have a lot going on. I was just told some bad news about one of my grandkids have to have emergency surgery. So I'm like, okay. So then for a minute I was like, okay, maybe I'm being too hard. So I'm just trying to be, I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? This nigga says out of his mouth, her intestines are hanging out. I said, wait a minute, was she in a car accident? Did she have, like, was there some trauma to her abdomen? Like, help me understand, why are you saying her intestines is hanging out? And he was like, he started stuttering, and I'm like, okay. So then I say, did you mean that she has maybe a bowel obstruction? And he was like, I don't know. So then I'm like, nigga, are you sitting there, like, are you even going to the extent that you are lying on your grandchildren? So I was like, has she been pooping? And he was like, no, well, I don't know. She's just having a lot of stomach pain. So I'm like, okay. But then I'm also thinking, if you just say she has to have an emergency surgery, why aren't you there at the bedside or in the hospital with the child? So I'm just like, okay. And then he started saying stuff like, yeah, my daughter ain't gonna be able to make it over there. So his wife lives in the house that he claimed to me, but I caught him, that he was divorced from, to find out he wasn't divorced from. So he pays all the bills over there. He got a second home. He pays the bills over there, and he's struggling to pay the two. So the daughter moved back in with the wife, and I've never met her. I've seen her, I've never met her. She, from what the things he's told me about her, you know, listen, but this is like secondhand. So apparently the mom wants to charge the daughter like $600 to live there. I'm tripped out because she don't even pay for the mortgage over there. She don't pay for the lights over there, the water, like nothing. So I'm like laughing because I'm like, that is crazy that you would do that to your daughter. But the reason she moved in so she could save her money, because she was going to move back to Houston. So I'm like, oh, okay. I said, what is it that you like? What you want to say? Like, say what you need to say, because to me, I feel like he's talking in circles. And so he was like, what you mean? I mean, I'm asking you what you gonna do. I said, oh no, I start my job on, you know, Wednesday. I do my orientation on Wednesday, and I start on Thursday. He was like, so what you gonna do? I said, what you mean what I'm gonna do? He's like, well, I got to go back. You know, I got to go take care of my mom. And I was like, yeah, you said you're leaving in November. And I was like, he said, no, I'm going to go back sooner. You know, I tell you to take care of my mom. I'm like, but who's taking care of your mom? Like your sister, you and your sister take turns. And then he like kind of got upset. Was like, I gotta take care of my mom. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, don't be yelling at me. I said, listen, won't you just say what you have to say? Speak your fucking piece. Like, stop with the whatever. Be a man about yourself. I already knew what he wanted to say. I wanted him to say it. Just be a man about what it is you want to say, and say it. Point blank, period. All that extra stuff is uncalled for. And so I could sit up. I didn't know the sun. Anyway, the radio gonna be dark. And he says, well, he didn't say nothing. I said, okay. So you asking me, am I gonna leave? I said, just say that. tell me, hey, I don't need you to watch my home. My daughter needs to move in here. Her and my wife not getting along. I don't want you to call her my wife, nigga, until y'all divorce. That's your fucking wife, whether you want to hear it or not. That's what it is. But let me back up for a second. Because I think with me saying all this stuff before, you know, he felt a kind of a certain type of way. So we were sitting on the deck one time, like a couple of days prior to that, and he asked me that I think he was a simp. I said yes. He said, "You for real?" He was like, "You think I'm a simp?" I said, "Yeah, you a simp." And he was like, "Why?" I said, "Because I don't know of no man that's gonna sit up here and be married and pay all the bills and everything else to another home while he gets another house," which he did, "and you're struggling to like do things like, yeah, I think you simple." And then he asked me, we were talking about the Diddy whatever situation, and you know, he just kept saying things like, "Oh, that was a lot of baby oil. It was a lot of, you know, HOLES was getting pounded in." And I'm sitting here like, I take note of everything. And then he had told me that, you know, asked me why do I think that women think that, like in the last few years, think he's gay. I said, I don't know, maybe because you when you say your S's and the way you talk, sometimes you elongate it, like people that may be gay, the way that's what they do. The way you walk, I mean, you got this old Shannon Sharp type show my shape little outfit on. You used to not do that. And I'm like, I mean, but at this point, who cares? Come out the closet. So I think those answers I had told him like maybe the day before, he was already feeling a certain type of way. So then we go back to, you know, we're around, just he's going in circles. And what he wants to ask me is when I was leaving and going to Austin because his daughter was going to have to move there. And I'm like, just say that. You the one asked me to come and visit with you, and if I would check in with your house, you did. I didn't. So now I'm kind of agitated because don't play with me. Don't play with you ain't playing with my emotions, just don't play with me, because I could have been in Austin and be a man about yours and, you know, say what you need to say. So then he gets upset and he gets to yelling. I don't do. You ain't finna sit up here think you finna bully me. I don't think ain't no man finna just put their hands on me. Like, you not finna be in my face. Like I'm not doing it. It ain't happening. So he's having his little fit and screaming, and this is why I left my wife. I want peace. And I want peace in my house. And then he gets up and he's, you know, throwing this and throwing that, and I feel sorry for the puppy because I feel like he gonna, you know, hurt the dog. Well, not my dog, because hey, I'll be in jail by then. So I'm just like, listen, you're not scaring me with all that yelling or anything like that. You want your place back, cool. I am not tripping. You asking me to stay here, but you not finna sit up here and flip it on me and then start saying crap outside of your head and think I'm gonna just sit back. The one pet peeve I have for me is I cannot tolerate nor stand a man who cannot use his words to talk. You can have a disagreement, and we're not even together. We are friends, and maybe that's another reason too. I guess he just knew I wasn't gonna go back and give him a chance. I don't know. I maybe it was a mixture of all that. I don't care. You can't be a man and then you want to be screaming to the top of your lungs and throwing this and throwing that, and you made me mad, and hoo 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 hoo. Like, come on now. How old are you? 60? Like, come on. All because I told you to tell the truth? And then you're throwing stuff and you making little idle, threats. I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, cool. So I'm at that moment, I'm thinking evil. I don't like to think evil because I know my mind can go real. But the fact and what he did and the extent, I don't care if you was in my face. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to I'm gonna get my get back. I'm gonna get my get back, and you gonna learn today that don't call me for nothing. Don't cry on me. Don't call it because you want to cry. Like, don't cry. Don't call me for nothing. Whatever goes on with you, you deserve. I would not be your ear to a nothing. I'm good. I'm good. So I get up and I'm getting my stuff. And, he's like steady, oh, when you gonna leave? Nigga, I'm gonna leave. Like, what the, like, okay, cool. You want to keep on? Okay, fine. So he laying down, I'm packing up my stuff, whatever. So, now what I say next, some people may say, oh, you went too far, you let him get the best of you. No, he didn't get the best of me. But what you ain't gonna do is think you're gonna be in my face yelling. And you a 6'1", 6'2", 200-something pound man, and think I'm gonna bow down and be like, no. So yeah, I'm gonna get my get back, and my get back was he liked to smoke weed. I flushed all his weed down the toilet. His air mattress, I put holes in that. His glasses, they broke in the trash. His tires, 3 out of the 4 slashed. Yup, I did it. You want to be in my face with that rah-rah, knowing that if we got into it, you gonna get me, but trust me, I'm gonna get you back. And if you would have put your hands on me, it would have been a little bit much worse. But you gonna learn when it comes to me. And like I said, don't contact me. I told him not to contact me ever in life. You gonna learn, stop messing with me. You want to be in my face, I'm gonna be in your pockets. You want to sit here and not be a man and just say, oh, my daughter's coming, so I don't need you right now to come and check on my house when I leave in November, maybe around this time. Like, just be 100 with me. But instead, you want to be a tyrant. So I was a tyrant back. And you can best believe right now, I guarantee you that nigga is in his soft girl era. His soft girl era. Oh, I'm sure he's crying. She flushed my weed. He probably got up and went outside. He probably got up and get ready to smoke. Oh, shit. She got me for my weed. Then he probably like, well, I'm going to play the game because that's his pastime. Oh, my God, I can't see. She done broke my glasses. Why is my air mattress deflated? She didn't. Let me put some air in here. Oh, Lord, she didn't tow that up. let me go into the store and go find a weed man. Oh my God, I can't even move with my tires. So yeah, I know it'd be some people that may not agree with what I did, but if you ain't been in my situation or dealt what I've dealt in the past, and like I said, I've known this man for 20-some years, and he knows I don't deal with people that are violent or can't control their temper, or that are possible sexuals or whatever. I don't deal with that. He knows my past, what I've dealt with, and so I felt like you just said, screw your past. I'm gonna do everything you don't like. So what I'm gonna do is what you don't think I would have done to you. But, you know, leave your comments, like, subscribe. I got more videos that are coming. Like I said, I'm back home. I'm just needing to get a little situated. And we don't talk. So hopefully you guys, new guys, whoever's watching this, likes this video, please give it a like. I see people that watch the videos and don't give me a like. Please give me a like. Subscribe, especially if you watch the video all the way through. It's not gonna hurt you to press the like video, the like. Put on your post notifications so you know every time I've uploaded video. And let's grow. Watch me grow. If you have a channel, I'll watch you grow. We can grow together. So that's the end of my story time. Until the next one, I will talk to you later. Bye.